Navigating the financial terrain in Canada as a new immigrant is usually not a walk in the park and can really be a Herculean task. Knowing how the credit system works, how the tax system works, how to save money, how to spend money, how to invest, it's usually a whole lot. Before I came to Canada as a new immigrant, I tried to learn as much as possible from pages on Instagram, from YouTube channels. Even coming to Canada, I was blown away. So many times I got confused. I've attended seminars just to get as much information I can as regards the financial terrain here in Canada, which is a whole lot different from what is obtainable back where I come from. So as a new immigrant, how much information do you think you need? How do you think you can save money? What are the ways do you think you can benefit, you can save money, invest, or benefit from as much as is available here in Canada? It's based on that I'm making this video today, just to give an insight into accounts I take advantage of to help me save money, benefits I take advantage of both from my place of work and also from the government, and also little things I do just to help me save extra cash from my monthly expenses. Welcome back to another video on my channel. The first thing I want to talk about is the RRSP account, which is known as the Registered Retirement Savings Plan. This account is made available by the government. This account helps you save money towards your retirement, and this money doesn't get taxed. Like you can save, you can get your tax reduced at the end of the tax season just by saving money into your RRSP account. Every individual has a particular contribution room, yearly contribution room for the RRSP account. The RRSP is such that if you work in an organization that matches your RRSP, it's a great one. Like people would always advise, or like I learned before I came to Canada, do not leave free money on the table. Take advantage of every opportunity you get to save money. For me, I get deduction from my paycheck for every time I get paid, and my company also matches whatsoever amount I contribute to my RRSP account. You can also contribute more to your RRSP account as long as your total contribution for the year does not it's not above your contribution room given by the CRA, because you get charged for every excess you get as a contribution. Also, your RRSP is a way of saving money towards taxes. For example, every annual tax filing season, let's say you earned 40,000 for the previous year, and you saved 7,000 towards your RRSP. The government will only acknowledge you earning $33,000 for that year, because the $7,000 you saved towards your RRSP is not taxed. So that's one good thing about the RRSP, and it's very important that you take advantage of it. When I started working with my organization, one time like that, I was discussing with some of my colleagues, and I discovered that two of them had not even opened the RRSP account, even though they had been working in the organization longer than I did. It was really something shocking to me, because your company matches that, so why let that money go like that? Another account I manage here, which helps me save money, is the TFSA. I also learned about this before I arrived Canada as a new immigrant. The TFSA means tax-free savings account. For the tax-free savings account, every individual also gets a particular contribution room, and if you exceed that contribution room for a certain year, you get taxed for every excess you have in your account. You can increase it over time, and you are not limited. You are not limited to the number of TFSA accounts you can operate, as long as the total amount in your tax receiving accounts do not exceed your contribution room for the year. Like you can have one TFSA account with one financial institution and have another with another financial institution, as long as you do not exceed your contribution limit. Now, your TFSA account, your tax-free savings account, is not taxed, and even when you do withdrawals, it's not taxed. Please let me know if you're watching this video and I'm making any mistake. Like I said, I'm new, I'm still learning. I'm just trying to encourage new immigrants to just have knowledge about all of these things. If there's something you think I'm missing out, please just let us know in the comment section. I'll be glad to learn, and I'm sure my subscribers would also be glad to learn. What I did was I approached my financial institution. I wanted to have like a guaranteed investment with them, which is I didn't want to invest in any bonds or whatever. I just wanted to have like a guaranteed investment, just put my money there and get interest monthly. But the interest that was being given was really small compared to another virtual financial institution that was given a reasonable interest. And I had learned about that virtual institution from one lady that is really big on finance on Instagram. So I opened an account with them, and there I just try to put as much money as I can. You can just say you want to put in $50, $100, $200, $300, as much as your financial capacity can carry. It's a great way to save money. Another account that I learned about once I got to Canada, the FHSA, which means First Home Savings Account. So this was created not too long ago by the Canadian government. It's geared towards helping people who are looking at buying their first home save up money towards that project. So for you to operate a first home savings account, it should be because you want to buy your first home to live in and not to buy to invest in. And the operating an FHSA account is also another way to save money from tax. I also note that there's a contribution room for the FHSA. Annual contribution room is 8,000 Canadian dollars, and for a period of 5 years, you are only expected to save up 40,000 Canadian dollars. The maximum you can save in your FHSA account is 40,000 Canadian dollars, not more than that. I think for a period of 5 years, but annually the contribution room is 8,000 Canadian dollars. So this is something that new immigrants should consider getting into. Just have it at the back of your mind that okay, this account exists for you to take advantage of. So guys, before I talk about practical ways I save money that I throw into any of the savings accounts, I would like to talk about taking advantage of benefits available to you in your place of work. Now, not every organization provides benefits, but I know that majority of the organizations here in Canada provide benefits, and it's very important you take advantage of these benefits and know what benefits are available to you. Once you get into an organization, ask about the benefits that are available. If you have health insurance, dental insurance, vision, you can have maybe massage, whatever. So many things you cannot even imagine exist in some benefit plans. There's also something some organizations give, which is a flexible spending account, a particular amount that you have access to cover some things that maybe your health insurance cannot cover or whatever. So I would advise that as a new immigrant, you take advantage of all of these things. Trust me, some people do not know these things, but because I followed so many financial experts on Instagram and also on YouTube, I learned about all of these things, and I had them at the back of my mind pending when I came here and I got a job, so that I can know if these things exist. Let me give you one example. Recently, I met with a dermatologist and I got prescriptions, about 2 prescriptions from the dermatologist. One of the prescriptions was covered by my health insurance, and the other was not covered by my health insurance, and it was very expensive. I didn't want to pay from out of pocket about $120. So what I did was I reached out to the HR. The HR told me I could use for my flexible spending account to cover for that prescription as long as it wasn't covered by the health insurance. So I paid out of pocket for it, and I got reimbursed the exact amount by the benefits company. If I wasn't aware of that, I wouldn't have been able to reach out to the HR to confirm if it could cover that particular expense. So this is the reason why you should be knowledgeable and seek out information about the things you know can profit you in this country. Money is not free. You don't get free things, but there are some benefits you can take advantage of. So guys, let's go into the practical ways I save money. One way I save money is always looking out for sales and discounts. Like when I'm going grocery shopping, I have an app I use to compare prices from different stores, so I know what items I'm getting from one store and what other items I'm getting from another store, just to save little money. And some months I find that I save a whole lot on groceries just by doing this. Another thing I do is, like, when I want to buy clothes, when I want to buy shoes or whatever, when I want to splurge on myself, I always go to stores to look for sales. I'm always aware of when sales is going on. I buy good things at a low amount. Another way I save money would be living a very minimalistic lifestyle in the area of my feeding. Like, I eat at home. I hardly buy lunch. I always prepare my lunch, prepare my breakfast, make food available. If I know I have a particular budget I save towards eating out, which I hardly use. Some months I do, other months I don't do. I do mostly when I go out with my colleagues, or maybe one person or the other, but I try as much as possible to prepare my food. I prepare my food, because buying food every day, $10, $15, $16 every day. If you put this amount, if you calculate this at the end of the month, you would know how much you are spending. That's, like, to me, it's waste of money. So this is one way I save money. And at the end of the month, I find I have money saved from groceries and I throw into somewhere. Or I used to do another thing that I would have maybe saved up money for. Doesn't that make sense? You see places like Tim Hortons and Starbucks, I avoid them like a plague. Just say Tim Hortons is just close to my place of work. I avoid that place like a plague. It's not like I don't go there. I go there. But you know, when, like, here, there's almost like a culture of, especially during winter, of people buying coffee. Sometimes people buy 2 cups of coffee. Nothing against them, but it's like a culture here, and it's something that you might get used to if you're not careful. I don't do coffee. I prefer hot chocolate or tea, and I can find myself going there to buy hot chocolate every day, when I can just buy a tin of or a jar of hot chocolate and make my hot chocolate myself. So you can imagine going to spend $4, $3, $5 on hot chocolate every day. At the end of the month, that is a whole lot of money gone. So I avoid those places like a plague. It's not like I don't go there. Like I said, I go there once in a while, but doing it every day, I try to discipline myself. So that's a way I save money. Also, one thing I do is keeping receipts. Recently, a colleague of mine was so amazed at the fact that something I bought from a store, Winners, after a month and I think 1 week, I was able to return that, and she was like, "You keep receipts, eh?" And I'm like, "Yes, I keep receipts." So I have a jar where I keep very important receipts, like receipts of everything I buy. I keep them until after a certain time. You see me go back to that drawer and trash the ones I want to trash. So anytime I have something in mind to return, I go, I look for the receipt and I return it. Those things must still be in good condition. You mustn't have used those items. Here in Canada, you can return things after 1 month. Some people will tell you even after up to 60 days time frame to return an item. So that's a good thing, eh? I keep receipts and I try to return, just so that I don't have things at home that I do not use. And because I was unable to keep the receipts safe, I just have them lying down there. That's money being wasted. Also, one thing I didn't talk about that I think I should just include, which is a tip I got from someone, is sharing apartment. See, it's not only a single person that gets to share apartment here in Canada. I've seen married people, of course without children, share an apartment. Like, you're a husband and wife, you're living here alone, you have 2 rooms, and you know that you only live in 1 room. You can rent out the other room just to be able to save up money until a certain time when you know that, okay, you are now financially stable enough to live in 2-bedroom apartment without having to get someone share the other room. So sharing apartment is also another beautiful way to save up money. Couples do it, not just single people. Then one thing I would want you to consider as a new immigrant once you land in Canada is having a life insurance. I've not started it. I'm looking at doing it, but having a life insurance is very very important here in Canada. Life insurance is one very good thing every new immigrant should consider doing as soon as they are settled here in Canada. You can look more into this, but just have it at the back of your mind that having a life insurance here in Canada is a huge necessity. Thank you very much, guys, for watching to the end of this video. Please do not forget to smash the subscribe button if you've not subscribed. Like this video, and also share to as many you think will be needing it. Until the next time, bye bye.
Almighty God, creator of all, there is no one like you. You are magnificent.